Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Anita and I'm here again for us to gist. Yesterday, after my midnight apropos, I did not get enough sleep. Like my eyes are heavy right now. And you know it's hard to sleep during the day because a lot of things are happening, a lot of activities are happening in the house. So but I said I'm just going to make this video. I am not doing any midnight watch today. See this night, I'm not doing any midnight watch. I'm going to sleep peacefully like a baby. So right now the voting lines are closed. I would like to know who you guys voted for. I know this first week is going to be difficult to pick somebody and just vote for the person because there are a lot of people in the house that are cool and all of them are up for possible eviction. So I'm sure a lot of people picked more than one person to vote for. So who did you vote for? Who are the people that you voted for? I would just like to know in the comment section. Let's know the people that have fans and the people that that don't really have fans right now at this point in time. Let's see how their growth is going to happen. So let me know who you voted for. So this morning Tochi and Lucy opened the floor with fight. Apparently they were fighting over cleaning of the house. I think Tochi was using like a dirty mop, or he was just cleaning the house without buckets. Was just carrying mop and just doing, when somebody just doing a shabby job. That's what he was doing. And then Lucy approached him to talk to him about it. And there's just some kind of tension between Lucy and some of the housemates. Then her manner of approach now made things worse. He now started doing strong head. He was now being stubborn. She was now like, I'm the head of house, right? And I can tell you what to do. I was like, gang. Okay, now dictatorship rule and things. So she told him to follow her outside and stuff. Then he was being stubborn. He was just being stubborn. Then she was trying to prove that okay, she's the head and she has to show herself. I feel like with Lucy, she still has a lot of issues with leadership, and she's also very sensitive. When it comes to leadership, I don't think you can really force adults to do certain things. There's a way to handle things like that, or there's a way to handle situations like that, or there's a way to handle adults in general. I don't think anybody likes to feel like you're talking to them like you're their mother or they're your son, or I don't think anybody likes to feel that way. And she comes across that way, like she's trying to be very strict and be very genge. So that has affected her a lot. It has affected her more than the people that she's even imposing her laws on, because a lot of times she still takes things to heart and goes to cry about one or two things. So I don't feel like she's going about things the right way. Nengi was the head of house before her, and Nengi didn't have this much issues, and I feel like maybe it has to do with the fact that Nengi did not have a lot of issues with those in the house, so it was easy for them to listen to her. But Lucy being somebody that she has issues with this person, she has issues with this person, then she now comes across like she's trying to impose her opinions on you or impose her decisions on you. It's going to definitely be difficult. So I don't know, they just had their back and forth this morning. Then there was an awkward situation this morning. Nengi and Prince, they were eating together this morning on the dining table, while Ozo was just beside Nengi. He was just there eating his own. I was like, oh yeah, it was just very awkward, like looking at that happen, knowing fully well that okay, he's not comfortable with the situation. Maybe he's even comfortable with the situation right now. We are just the ones seeing it like that. But it just seemed and looked very, very awkward. Then later on, they showed where Nengi and Kidwaya were having a conversation. Nengi was just sitting down, then Kidwaya was lying down on the couch. They were just talking about different things. Kidwaya said that he doesn't feel like he has ever been in love. She was like, what makes him feel that way? They just talked about his love life, her love life, blah blah blah. Then this was the point where she was calling her boyfriend her ex or something. She gave a story about her relationship and she mentioned ex in it. I didn't quite understand what she meant by ex. At this point I was just confused, like, okay, this person that you keep talking about that you're dating, is he ex or his present? Then she now left him. Ozo was sleeping just on the other couch. He was just lying down like this and sleeping. Then she now said that she now spoke to Kidwaya and said that Ozo is always sleeping like this, like the way he sleeps. I think this is always how I see him sleep. He's always sleeping like this, like somebody that needs something to cuddle, or needs to cuddle somebody or something. She now carried a pillow. I meant to now put it like under his hand. He just woke up, now saw her. He now took the pillow and went back to sleep. I'm not like, what is going on here? Then for the most part of the day, the housemates were practicing for their task. I didn't really want to watch the practice so that when I see it today, I'll just see everything. Because if you're watching the practice, it's almost like you've seen everything. Then you'll not be excited to see when they present everything. So when I say that they're practicing, I'll just say, let me just leave them so that they wow me on like when they finally come together and do their presentation. So I didn't watch them doing their practice. They were just doing shall watch small and leave. Then they now took us outside to where we had the gossips. If you think I'm an aproko or I'm an amebo person, I'm learning when it comes to Tolani Baj and Watoni. The things they said today, my ears were just full. We're just tabling different people's matters, like almost all the people that were in relationships. I'm like, okay, it's now a case of single women's club or single people's club, because Trikiti also joined them, and these are the people that are not coupled up in the house, and they were talking mostly about those that are coupled up. I was like, okay, now it's single people's association against couples association. So they were talking about different shifts, addressing different people. They were talking in a coded manner, trying to code some things. But I just noted down some things, and when it comes to things like this, I like to read it out the way I wrote it so that I'll not miss out on all the things I heard, because my ears were full, and if I start saying it, I might not remember some things. So Tolani Baj said Eric is very attractive. Then Watoni was talking about tables that would be broken. She said she would have broken the Prince and Nengi ship if Prince wasn't in the head of house room. Ha! When I heard this, I'm like, what is this babe up to? Like, Watoni is wilding. Wake up wilding. She's just there to, like, anything goes. She enter any, if you free this person, she's ready to enter. If you free this person, so when she said she would have broken the Nengi and Prince ship, like Nengi and Prince ship is literally just starting. So, but she was like, she would have broken. Maybe they've even started since, and we have not seen so much of them, because this is the one that Kayode shows us that we know. So she said she would have broken the ship if that Prince was not in head of house room. Then Tolani Baj said that she's so glad that there are a lot of single people in the house. So she's basically happy that the single people's club has a lot of people. Then at this point, Erica and Ozo, they were having a conversation inside. Trikiti now came to meet Tolani Baj and Watoni, and was like, there's even one conversation happening in the parlor. Then Watoni now stood up, now went inside to go and check, to go and see the people that were in the parlor. And it was Erica and Ozo. She just passed, greeted them, went inside the room, came back, now went back to her gossip crew or her gossip club. She was not like, she has seen them, or she has seen them. So basically, maybe they're assuming that Erica and Ozo, they were shipping. But we that were watching the conversation, we just saw that it was a plain conversation where Erica was just complaining about, that her normal complaint of not having enough friends, not having close friends and stuff. So then we were just feeling that, this was starting to ship. Watoni now went back to them. She now said, that finally they fit, or Erica and Ozo fit, that Erica likes all those kind of guys that are not all over the place, and also seems like that kind of person that is not all over the place, so they would fit. I say, okay, now these ones, they've done code, they've gone. I know how Kayode is. He followed Watoni when she entered inside, went into the room, came out. He just showed us everything that happened. I'm like, hey, this gossip crew is not a small team though. Their protocol was just sweeting them. It was sweeting me too, shy. I said, okay, let me be hearing this. At this point, Lekon was just there looking at them. He did not say anything. He was just there looking lost. And I'm like, this Lekon, I feel like he likes Erica. Like, he keeps confirming it to me every time. Today when they were talking about Erica and also, he was just sitting down there like, I'm not part of these people's conversation. I'm not even going to say anything. Or he just felt like he didn't like the conversation, or he didn't want to just be part of it. Or maybe he didn't want to gossip. That's why he was just sitting down there looking at me, and me assuming that there was something. But he was just sitting down there, he didn't say anything. Then Praise now joined the discussion. I was telling them that he had a talk with his fiance before coming to the show, and he told her, like, they had a discussion, like they had a talk, and he told her that anything can happen in the house. So basically, he's up for anything that's going to happen in the house, and it's going to be temporary. Then when he leaves the house, he's definitely going to go back to the lady. The way he said it was like, she has accepted that anything that wants to happen in the house, he should free himself, he should flex, he should enjoy. Then the next thing, he started talking about Lilo and Eric's ship. That how can you say that you have a boyfriend, and your boyfriend is okay? I mean, you discuss with your boyfriend that nothing is going to happen in the house, and you come here and then you're bonding with somebody already, you're already kissing and doing things on the first day, the first week. Then at this point, Watoni now said she has left the group chat. So basically, she didn't want to talk about Lilo. Tolani Baj now said that she likes Lilo, so she's not going to talk about her. So they now stopped their discussion about Lilo. They didn't talk about it, but Praise wanted to talk about it. I mean, I'm like, you have no right to really judge anybody, because for Praise too, he actually came with the same thing, or he had the same thing in mind. So he has no right to judge Lilo for doing what she's doing. Maybe another person could have said it, but for him that said that he just discussed with his wife and he's coming into the house for anything goes, because he has not seen anybody to do anything goes, it doesn't mean that he has the right to judge Lilo for doing the same thing. Although I feel like he was saying it based on, like, okay, there's no way you say that your boyfriend doesn't know that things are going to happen in the house, that if you're coming to that kind of place, you should have had a discussion with the person you're with. The person should know that things are bound to happen, but you can't say that the person did not permit for things to happen, and then you now came and you're doing things. That's the way I just did my own conclusion, wrapped it up in my head, and I'm presenting it to you guys. So they talked about so many different things. Some were coded, some were not, some were just talking. I'm like, okay. Then Watoni now made a statement that if she was serious about the whole relationship stuff, that she and Kidwaya would have bonded, because Erica did not even notice Kid on the first day, but she and Kidwaya, they flowed, like right from the first day, they were flowing and everything. So if she had wanted it to be like more serious, she would have gone for it since. Apparently, the babes were just saying that they didn't expect that people would just start coupling up immediately. If not, they would have like shot their shot, or they would have gone for it earlier on. They were waiting for maybe the second week before they like try to make things work or sail their ship. But unfortunately, all the people that they were eyeing have already, shipped up, or I mean, they're already shipping with another person. Like Tolani Baj now that says she finds Eric very attractive. I think he's the one that she likes in the house, but Eric is obviously married. In the house. He's not married, but yeah, you know what I mean. Then Nengi had a conversation with Tochi where he was asking her deep questions. This particular one even trended on Twitter. This one I'm going to read it out for you guys. So let me just read it out the way I wrote it. This is the part I watched from. He said, "Do you lead people on?" She was like, "No, I don't lead people on. I'll let you know how it is. That's why since I came into this house, I've been preaching that I had somebody outside." Tochi now said, "But you said had. You didn't say have." She now said, "I had, but like we just broke up, so I didn't want to hurt his feelings." He now said, "So if you're saying that, it means that you still feel something for him." So she now said, "Absolutely, I'm not going to come here and lie about it, because it's someone that I've been with for years, so I have like an attachment." So she now said, "I've always wondered how some girls move on so easily." She now said, "It's not easy to move on. Moving on is only easy when you find somebody that can replace him, maybe somebody that you really love." So she now said, "What if you get out of the house and find out that he's with somebody else?" She now said, "When I get out of the house and find out that he's with somebody else, then I'll move on." There's also something that she said that got people talking. I think Tochi asked her, "So how long has the relationship been?" And she now said 1 year plus. Then because of the fact that she said she has been with him for years, it now seemed like she was contradicting herself, and some people were just talking about it. Then she went further to say so many other things. She just said a lot of things about herself generally, that she's the beer kind of girl, that most times when she goes out and she orders for beer and she says that it's beer that she wants, that the guy will be looking at her like, no, now you can't be taking beer as beer. Most ladies, they don't take beer, and beer is kind of like for men, or it's generally known that most guys take beer and stuff. So they're just looking at her like, no, now you can't be taking beer and stuff. But she is a beer kind of lady. This was just her saying normal things about herself. She also said that she started smoking weed when her mom died. Like the period where her mom died, that's when she started smoking weed. That it helped her to like get over it and stuff. But she later stopped because she had ulcer. She had to stop because of the ulcer that she had. So I feel like at this point, Nengi is just confusing me, to be honest. If you are not confused, me, I am very, very confused. When she was having the discussion with Watoni, she did not sound like she and this boyfriend are not together. She only said that okay, he has done a lot for her, fine and good, and she will not want to hurt him and stuff, which she also said today. But she said that they usually go on and off in the relationship, but they're still very much together. And she also told us that she's in a relationship, she has a relationship outside. The only thing I know she has been saying is that the relationship is complicated, but she did not say that she has broken up with the guy, or she broke up with the guy before coming into the house. She only said that she told him that she was coming to the house and he was angry about it and he did not take it well. She did not say anything about breaking up or anything. So I just felt like maybe it was just a complicated situation where she didn't know her stand, or she didn't know what's up with the relationship. I didn't think it was a case of her breaking up with the person, because I don't think she told us all this, that she has broken up with the boy. She only said that it was complicated. So at this point, I am confused. Let's just be watching. Let's just see how things unfold. But for now, I am honestly confused. Then they showed where Erica was having a conversation with Lakon. Erica has just been sad today. I don't know if she's nervous about the eviction, or her village people are just calling her, because she said she wants to leave the house, that she doesn't mind leaving the house. That's what she was saying to Lakon, that she feels very lonely, and she has been saying these things since. And I'm like, what is it? What is up? So basically what she's trying to say is that she's not used to having a lot of friends, that she can vibe well with a lot of people, but there are just very few people that she can now, when she finishes vibing with those people, then she will now go back to those her friends, where she can be free to talk to them without any filter or whatever it is. So in the house she has basic friends, people that she can just talk to, hey, hi, what's up, but for her, she doesn't feel like she has that closeness, and it's hard for her to build that close friendship. That even for her friends outside, it took them time for them to get really close. So now it's kind of difficult for her, and I think maybe she just doesn't trust people's intentions towards her in the house, or maybe she just feels like, since this is a game, it's going to be hard to get a real friend. But I think she should calm down, because even in Big Brother house, they have genuine genuine friends. People make genuine friends. Bisola's time she had Efe. Toby's time he had Miracle. So I feel like you can have a genuine friend in the house. She and Lekon, they're going to make really good friends. As if Lekon doesn't switch up and start, developing feelings and acting on his feelings. I would like them to just remain friends, like cool. Let them just be cool with each other and stuff. I don't want it to, sometimes when it goes beyond that, a lot of things will spoil. So that's just the discussion they had. Then they now went out to do their task. It was really, really, really nice. Like, I was impressed. Before then, I was thinking that these people, they are going to mess up, because a lot of times when I watch, they are not practicing. They're just sitting down, gisting. So when I saw the whole thing, it was nice. Prince really danced well. He gave us some dance moves. Even Neo danced really well. Both of them, they were just giving us some break dance and stuff. It was really, really nice. I didn't know that Prince and Neo, they could, really dance like that. Prince can sing, he can dance, he can make hair. The guy is really talented though. These are the people that we have been sleeping on since. We are just looking at all the people that came in and they were shining in our faces. Meanwhile, these other people are really talented. Even V did a very good performance with her hula hoop. She did so well. She did a lot of things. She did the hula hoop, she did dancing, she did cheerleading. So Big Brother even commended her for her role in today's task. Then Eric did this stuff where you hold a guy and like jump over him. He jumped over Neo, Prince, Bright, and I don't know who else. Then they carried Lekon up and trim. It was just this circus thing where everybody's just doing something at the same time. Lucy was drumming, Ozo was drumming. They just did. It was really, really nice. I liked the whole stuff. So when they finished, Big Brother now commended them and said that they did very well. He now gave Praise and V 20 BB coins. He was supposed to give Neo 20 BB coins, but when he called Neo out, come on, like collect it, or when he called three of them, V, Neo, and Praise. Then Neo now tapped V's ass. Big Brother just looked at him like, step back. What is the, like, he didn't say what's the meaning of that, but immediately he did that. That's when Big Brother said step back. So he didn't give him anything again. And I knew that that's the reason Big Brother talked to him to step back. But they still lost their wager for the week, because basically wager is not just the task, the Thursday's task. It has to do with your performance or your behavior throughout the week. And apparently they've not been doing well. They've been whispering, they've been talking about things they're not supposed to talk about, they've been breaking too many rules in the house. So because of that, they did not win their wager, or they didn't get their wager for the week. Somehow I like it, because those people, they need a wake-up call. They're always doing, how will they be whispering? They don't know they're stressing me. I'll be looking at this person, they'll be whispering, they'll be coding things. I'm here trying to get this so that I can come and give you guys this, and they'll be stressing me. So it's good. They should learn their lesson. When they want to talk, they should shout so that I'll hear what they're saying. And it's going to really teach them a lesson. They'll learn to manage and stuff. So after the task, now Lucy now went and started crying. I say, what's up? Prince was now trying to speak to her that she should not let it get to her, that it's not her fault. She can't blame herself for it. She now said that she really tried. She really tried to push everybody. She would tell this person to do this, that when she's telling them to do this, they will not listen, this and that and that. Prince was not telling her that it was not the task. It was not because of the task that they failed their wager, because she was talking about the fact that she told the girls to not wear fine makeup, but they wanted to look pretty. Apparently, Big Brother brought paint for them, but it was towards almost when they wanted to start. There was no time for them to start painting their faces, so they still use their makeup. She said when she tells them to do this, they will not do this. When she tells this person to go to the front line, they will not do this. She was just complaining about the task, and Prince was trying to tell her that it's not because of the task that they lost their wager. There are so many other things that were in it, and she did not want to hear. She was just talking. She even scolded him. He said so many rude things to him, and he was just there, very calm, just standing, trying to still speak to her. He was not telling her that she should not make it about herself, that everything doesn't always have to be about her. So I'm not making it about myself. She was just crying that that the house, they don't listen to her, that when it was Nengi's turn, they were listening to her. The Tochi guy that disrespected her this morning, when it was Nengi's turn, he was just following her up and down like whatever it is. That now if she would say something, they will not listen. So just scolding him, and he was just there calmly. The next thing, they took us out. When they brought us back, he was just lying down with her, still trying to console her. I'm like, this boy is patient though. There are very, very few patient people in this world, especially guys. He was just there. I'm like, even me, this was let me go and drag him out. I'm like, leave this babe, let her stay there and cry now. Why? Because I think she just doesn't get it. She was sound like maybe it's because Nengi is attractive. That's why they were listening to her. I don't think it has anything to do with being attractive. Lucy is the one that has been looking for trouble from the beginning. She has been looking for ways to fight with everybody. You don't expect that when you're now the head of house, that all the people that you have issues with, everything does disappear. Especially when you're trying to impose your opinions on them. So she should sit back and think about why the housemates are not listening to her and find a strategy on how to control the situation, because the way she's doing it is not going to work. But the general thing is that I feel like I'm going to miss anybody that leaves this house. I see them as like one family. I like the way they relate. I like the way they do things. Even the people that are troublesome, I'm still going to miss them if they leave. Like, I just, in fact, I like everybody. I'm for everybody and I'm for nobody. So if you fuck up, we'll talk about it, but it doesn't mean that I'll now dislike you. I don't even have the energy to dislike. It takes a lot of strength to dislike somebody, or hate. Let me say hate, because some people's character is just annoying. But for hate, I don't think I can afford to like hate anybody, especially in this set. I can't stress myself like that. So what else happened today, Seth? I don't think any other major thing happened today. Maybe things are going to happen as I'm even making this video. I kind of started this video early. Normally I like to wait till like the housemates sleep, so that I know that they're not doing anything again, then I'll now make my video. But I have to do it early today so that I can be able to sleep and not lose my sleep over midnight apropos. Maybe another night I'll do midnight apropos, but this night, anything that happens from now, maybe when I see it tomorrow, I'll come back and just get, well, I'm not going to do midnight watch. So let me know who you voted for, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow or in my next video. Let me not be making that promise. I'll see you guys tomorrow, then I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye, love you.